who wanted to speak with you, and your publicist said you had no more time. Yes. And then you made the time for them. So my question is, why is that so important as the talent to make the time for the media?
Well, I'm going to make time for the media, and I'm certainly going to make time for my Black brothers and sisters.
you know, that was a moment happening?
I didn't know that. I just thought I can't pass this brother up. I've talked to other people. I'm going to talk to him too. Like, it wasn't even a thought. It's just it's who you are. It's yeah. I wasn't going to pass.
What's up, everybody? This is Alon Jones. I'm back with another video. If you've never been here before, welcome to my channel, and hello again to everybody else. Today I want to touch on this Halle Berry situation. Everybody's really happy that Halle Berry stopped for Black reporters at the premiere of her movie, and I'm wondering, why is this news? Why is this something to talk about? I'm confused. Halle Berry, who has always been considered Black in the Black community, the entire time she's been acting, the entire time she's been on the scene, she's been considered a Black woman until now, 2019, and now that distinction is made clear that she's biracial, right? But okay, she's biracial. She stops for Black reporters, and people are treating her like she's not Black at all. Like she's a whole white person who did something nice for the Black community. This reporter wants to put this video out there and make this a viral situation. And listen, it's good publicity for you. Get ahead however you can, I suppose. She didn't really do anything negative. I don't see anything wrong with putting the video out, really, but it does seem like race baiting. It seems like race baiting because, first of all, people are saying that the publicist is racist for trying to block Halle Berry. And I do want to say, thank God Halle Berry saw those Black reporters and she didn't miss them, because if she had walked away, the conversation would be a whole lot different. A whole lot different. She would have been all types of, this is what biracials do. This is why they're not our allies. Halle Berry's terrible. This is why her career is flopping. Don't support her movie. But speaking on the publicist, I don't believe that the publicist was racist. And here's why. The publicist knows that there's contention between light-skinned people and biracial people and the darker complexed community. They know that. So they know that there's a risk of Halle Berry's reputation if she talks to anybody Black. And they would be completely right about that. Look at who has been in the media lately. The light skin and biracial slander. They're dragging up old tea from years ago. They're talking about 3LW out of nowhere. It's convenient though. You have a darker skinned girl sandwiched between two lighter skinned girls. So of course you're going to connect that to colorism, and of course she's going to find a way to bank off of that situation or get more exposure or publicity. If you are the right shade right now, you could get your publicity. You could get your exposure. And everybody's capitalizing off of the conversation of colorism, even if they have to fabricate stories. So, Halle Berry stopped. It's a darker skinned woman who interviews her. By God's grace, there was nothing about race spoken about. They didn't try to distort anything Halle Berry said in the interview. The only thing that happened was the journalist tried to capitalize off of this situation to get more exposure, which again, that's fine. But I do want to talk a little bit about the tea culture in the Black community. I hate to make comparisons, because if I'm talking about black people, I'm going to stay talking about black people. I shouldn't have to include everybody else to make it try to seem even. I try not to do that, but I will in this case. White media also has gossip culture, but there are levels to it. So for instance, white media's gossip level is on, I'll look at it in terms of magazines. Their gossip level is on Us Weekly, maybe In Touch magazine. Black media's gossip level is always on National Enquirer. And we know it's true. There's always tea. There's always some sort of gossip. It doesn't matter how good the situation was, how benevolent an act was, or maybe, I don't know. It just doesn't matter. You do something really good for the community, somebody's going to try to derive some tea out of it. So it makes me think that this is news because it's an attempt at creating a deliberate balance. It's a deliberate balance that they are trying to create. So what I mean by that is, lately there has been there's been a lot of hatred. I hate to use that word. I'm not even going to use it, but there's a lot of hateful Harriets online that are targeting biracial people and light-skinned people, and they're talking about them horribly, creating tea out of them just breathing. And, you know, to balance it out, because that kind of makes you seem like a bad person, right? After but so many videos of you slandering lighter people, you want to balance it out. So now Halle Berry does this thing and they're praising her. See, we don't hate all biracials. All biracials aren't bad, and we acknowledge that. Okay. We don't believe you. Halle Berry, listen up. Even though she doesn't care. But Miss Berry, they still do not accept you. Miss Berry and other biracial people, they still do not accept you. There have been other celebrities in the past who have acknowledged their privilege, who have tried to be allies, and they were still rejected. Their acknowledgement of their privilege was not accepted by this community. This community is waiting for light-skinned people and biracial people to screw up somehow so they could put them on blast. They don't care what you say. They care about their profits, and they care about getting their anger out. It also makes me think about the narcissistic cycle of abuse. So I talked about narcissism and how a lot of people in these colorism communities have narcissistic personalities, or at least it seems like it. I mean, put a video out and try to convince me otherwise. But until then, that's what it seems like, guys. So in that cycle, you praise the person, you have them on a pedestal, you devalue them, you start treating them like crap, right? Slander, all that. And then you discard them. And for people who have been in abusive relationships, you might be familiar with this cycle. Your partner, they'll shit on you, right? Sometimes publicly, definitely privately. They put you down, accuse you of what they're doing, such as cheating. They'll discard you, probably break up with you or cheat on you and have you find out, humiliate you somehow. And then When you're about to walk away, or sometimes it doesn't matter what your response is, they'll just come right back and play kiss and make up as if none of that happened. This is the kiss and make up time. But guess what? We're going to be right back to the devaluing in a minute, because there's a lot more tea where this came from. And that's all I have for today. I'll catch you guys in another video.